So today we're taking you on another exciting journey. We are headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Albuquerque International Hot Air Balloon Fiesta.
So not only will there be great sights, but there's also a really important life lesson tied to this video, and we'll get into all of that in this video. So let's get into it. So we're about to hit the road to go to Albuquerque, but before we do, I want to give you some context. So earlier this spring, when we were on our 3.5-month van trip, we made a stop in Albuquerque to go to a local meetup. Now this was a couple weeks after I had left my job, and so there was all sorts of emotions going on. I wasn't really in the mood to go to a meetup. But we ended up going anyway, and it's one of those things that I'm glad that we did, because not only did we have a great conversation with the 10 or so people that came to the meetup, but we ended up meeting this couple that lived in Albuquerque, and they ended up inviting us back for the hot air balloon fiesta. And at the time when we got the invite, we weren't sure it was actually a real invite, so we actually had to follow up with them, and we were like, is this a real invite? And it ended up, it was a real invite. And so we're glad that we made the stop in Albuquerque this spring, because we wouldn't be going on this adventure if we didn't agree to go to the meetup, and if we didn't agree to come back just to experience a really cool event. And I think too, like, we wouldn't be on this adventure if I hadn't left my job in February of this year. With 2 or 3 weeks of paid time off each year, it really limits you on what you can do and the things that you can say yes to. So really excited to be going to Albuquerque today, and take you along for the adventure.
So we're about 20 minutes away from their house, and we're really excited. Because one thing that we forgot to mention was that this family is actually close friends with someone who owns a hot air balloon and who takes it up during the fiesta every year. And so we're going to have the opportunity tomorrow we're going to go to the field to see the balloons launch. And then on Monday we actually get to crew a balloon. And we don't know exactly what that means yet. But we know we get to sort of help them get into the air, chase them down to help get them back on the ground, and we'll see if we have an opportunity to go up. But either way, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good morning, everyone.
So it's 4:21 a.m. and we are awake and ready to go to the hot air balloon festival.
Well, you're awake. I don't know about if I'm awake, but... But yeah, today's day one of seeing the hot air balloons up close in person. We're not crewing today. That'll be tomorrow, but we're excited to see the hot air balloons launch. So I guess we should get ready. Mm-hmm. All right. This clip is from the field. We made it down there with over an hour before the sun comes up, because the drone show and the first hot air balloons launch before the sun comes up. We include some of the audio from this clip because you can feel the energy on the field. There are people all around you, and they're here for one purpose: watching the hot air balloons launch. The anticipation and excitement is building as this first row of balloons is filling up, preparing to launch. The thing I loved about this first row of balloons is you can tell when they're filling up the hot air balloon based on how they're glowing. And this is true even when they're in the air like this. They're glowing when they add more hot air into their balloon. And I'm so glad we made it down to the field on this first day to witness all of the hot air balloons. It was truly immersive and a one-of-a-kind experience. Today is the crew day. We just drove down a random street, which is behind me. The sun's kind of behind. And we're waiting for this balloon to launch. So once this balloon gets up and going, we are going to put our balloon down and then launch up into the air with all the other balloons. I also learned that today is competition day. And so all of the hot air balloons, or I guess many of them, are given some baggies, or like bean bags, and they have to drop them into specific target zones to be able to score points, and the most points wins the competition. So we don't really know how the scoring works. We're just along for the ride, and again, we're standing in a random street waiting for this hot air balloon to get off the ground. Oh, they're really going somewhere now. That is pretty sweet. Oh, wowzers. Okay. So we'll get all the way back?
Yeah, by the time the balloon gets up, because it'll go up too.
Yeah.
So we'll probably only be here, maybe a little farther. We got like 10 feet of rope. So they're gonna Velcro the top.
Got
As
it.
soon as they start blowing, it should be pretty easy today.
Alright, great. There's no wind.
Yeah.
Hey,
Already blowing.
that balloon is landing, huh?
Yeah. So when the balloon comes down, I don't know how much they've told you. When the balloon comes down, you don't want to be in front of the basket because it won't stop for you.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
grab the side or the back.
Yeah,
give it weight.
yeah. Where it's opposite way is coming in, basically.
That way. Because when he comes in, we'll all just grab onto it and weigh it down to the ground. And then it'll stop pulling.
Sweet.
I feel like that's the scariest part of it. Because it's
Jumping on
heavy.
grabbing the balloon
Yeah.
as it comes
You're
in.
grabbing it from the front.
So how long have you been crewing?
I think it's been like between 3 and 5 years.
Okay. What's it about hot air balloons that keeps you coming back?
I think it's just fun to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's cool that the fact that they can actually fly.
Right.
But like, I think it's fun when there's something that takes enough skill. Like flying an airplane, you got thrust, you can carry it to the direction you want it to go.
Right. There's a lot more that goes into controlling the flight
Yeah,
and like reading winds and
which I think is cool. Like,
yeah,
acquiring that skill.
for sure. Wow, it goes up so fast.
Someone up over here to your right.
Yeah.
We're off.
Oh, they're going.
All right, we're good.
To your right, over there.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, because I was busy working. Whatever, John.
All right, up.
All right, everyone up the tarp.
Oh, okay.
All right, who knows the way to roll that?
We're gonna fold this over, keep the top, the bottom goes in first.
So the thing with competition day that I just learned is that while on non-competition days you're launching from the field and then landing elsewhere, on competition days you're launching elsewhere and then trying to go back to the field to score points and compete in the competition. So we initially drove down this road that we're walking up to where we parked, but there were so many balloons waiting that we ended up going down a street to launch that balloon, or to launch the balloon on the other street where there wasn't as many balloons waiting. So we're walking back to the cars now, and now the chase begins. So we're gonna follow the balloon, make sure they're supported when they land, and basically hopefully don't hit any power lines or any fences or anything like that. So we'll keep you updated as we continue the chase. Okay, so we just got out of the car. We're following the balloon, and it's right here. We don't know if they're landing yet, but at least we're here and ready. All the other chase cars aren't here, so I don't know what happened to them.
But we're ready.
We're ready. They're going real slow now, so looks like they might be going further that way. We'll keep you updated. They're getting lower, aren't they? At least we don't have to run this. Yet. Are we gonna have enough time to get to them?
No, do we have to get out?
Yeah. Jess, you gotta get the thing, the seat when you get out. Okay. Go, 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 go.
Nice soft wind.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
no real front. Hey.
We got ya.
Wow. What a finish.
Yeah.
We saw you. And you were like, come here, come here. We're like,
No. They were like, that's the universal tourist symbol with her waving at balloons, so it's not gonna help.
Over here.
Yes, sir.
We're just going to get a little lighter and you just walk us back to the car. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna. Walk that way. We can grab
Yep. Oh, that's great. I love this.
Taking your balloon for a walk.
Yeah.
Yep.
well, as long as you pick it up
You like it over there better? Let's go over here.
behind the truck.
as long as he picks it up, this is a super easy job.
I know, exactly.
Be light enough to just scoot back a little bit towards the truck.
Yep.
Do that.
Where's the other chase crews?
We are a beaching for the win. There's good.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Like that.
Go down right there.
Beautiful. Yep.
Okay, we are getting packed up. We're ready to leave Albuquerque. We didn't do much of a debrief after the air balloon landed, but we were the first group to arrive at the landing site, and we were able to help them land and get settled, and we'll show you some footage as we packed up the balloon. It was actually pretty seamless. It didn't go that long, and the other chase cars showed up a few minutes later. But really a surreal experience being able to be that close and personal to one of the air balloons. So we'll do a more thorough reflection after we hit the road, because we have to hurry and make our next destination because Jess has a call tonight. But just wanted to quickly wrap up our time in Albuquerque, and we will be hitting the road soon. Hey everyone, we left Albuquerque yesterday, and we didn't really get a chance, as I said, to really reflect on the experience in Albuquerque. So we want to spend a few minutes now just to wrap it up. It was a surreal experience. Like, I had an absolute blast. Like, it was just so immersive. Everywhere you looked, there were balloons everywhere, and just unlike any other event I've ever been to. Jess, what did you think?
Yeah, it was amazing. So the only time I've ever seen hot air balloons before were like very far in the distance, or there was that one time in New Hampshire where we saw them go up about 10 feet for the wedding to just get the photos and then come right back down, and it was such a bummer. And so to see so many hot air balloons all in one place going up and have the opportunity to like help actually get one in the air was a really, really cool experience.
I think besides it just being an awesome experience, this experience really reinforced that so many amazing things can happen if you say yes to opportunities. And when we're traveling in the van, there are so many times when we're stopping and visiting different people, some people that we hardly even know. And there's always a small part of me that's like, did we make a mistake choosing to stay with these people or visiting them? And this just kind of reminded me that so many great things can happen if you say yes to things.
And I think one important point to make is we can't say yes to everything, right? The fact that we've said no to so many things has allowed us to design our life in a way that gives us the opportunity to say yes to experiences like this. So right now we're saying no to things like climbing the corporate ladder, trying to make more money, working full time, so that we have the opportunity to be location independent and to be able to say yes to traveling across the country to attend such an amazing event.
Last but not least, thank you to Shelly and Bob for inviting us, and to Alan and Kathy and the whole Heaven Bound crew for really showing us the ropes and giving us a greater appreciation of hot air balloons. It's very possible you'll see us back in future years.
If you made it this far, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a long way in helping us reach more people.
Thanks again for watching and enjoy the journey.